Something has quietly changed in the landscape of modern relationships. Across cities, workplaces, and social circles, a growing number of men who identify with Stoic principles are stepping back from the dating world entirely. Not out of bitterness, not out of failure, but out of a deliberate, conscious choice rooted in deeply held values. These men are not hiding from women. They are not afraid of commitment. They are simply refusing to participate in a dynamic they believe has become fundamentally misaligned with the way they choose to live. To understand why, you first have to understand what a modern Stoic man actually is, because the word Stoic gets thrown around loosely, and the real meaning matters here. A Stoic man is not someone who suppresses emotions or walks through life like a stone wall. Stoicism, the ancient Greek and Roman philosophy built by thinkers like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca, teaches that a person should focus only on what is within their control, build inner discipline, pursue virtue above pleasure, and accept the natural order of life without complaint. A man who genuinely lives by these principles has done serious internal work. He has confronted his ego, managed his impulses, built emotional resilience, and developed a clear sense of purpose. He does not chase validation. He does not react emotionally to provocation. He measures his worth by his character, not by external approval. And when such a man looks at the modern dating environment, what he sees creates a deep and fundamental incompatibility. Modern dating culture has been shaped enormously by social media and digital technology. Applications like dating platforms and social networks have created an environment where attention is currency and validation is the primary reward. People swipe through potential partners the way they scroll through entertainment content, looking for instant stimulation, constant novelty, and effortless connection. The emotional depth required to build something real has been replaced by the dopamine hit of a new match, a new like, a new message. For a Stoic man, this environment is not just unappealing. It is philosophically offensive. Stoicism teaches the discipline of desire. It teaches that chasing external validation is a path to perpetual dissatisfaction. A Stoic man has trained himself to find contentment from within, not from the approval of others. When he enters a dating space dominated by women who have been conditioned by thousands of followers, constant attention, and the ability to curate a perfect digital identity, he encounters something he has specifically worked to eliminate from his own life: the need for constant reassurance, the performance of identity rather than the expression of it, and the emotional volatility that comes from tying self-worth to external metrics. These are not character flaws in isolation. They are symptoms of a culture. But for a man built on Stoic foundations, they represent an incompatibility that goes beyond preference. It becomes a matter of values. One of the core pillars of Stoic philosophy is personal responsibility. A Stoic man believes that he is the architect of his own experience. When things go wrong, he looks inward first. He asks what he could have done differently. He does not externalize blame as a default response. He holds himself accountable with a rigor that most people find uncomfortable to witness. And this is where another significant tension emerges with modern dating culture. There is a growing pattern in modern social discourse where personal accountability has been replaced by a culture of victimhood and blame. Relationship failures are frequently attributed entirely to the other person. Emotional discomfort is treated as someone else's responsibility to manage. The language of therapy and emotional intelligence has, in many cases, been weaponized to avoid accountability rather than cultivate it. A Stoic man who has spent years building radical self-responsibility finds it deeply exhausting to engage with someone who reflexively externalizes every difficulty. It is not that he lacks empathy. It is that he understands at a philosophical level that a relationship between two people who do not both own their part in every dynamic is a relationship built on sand. He has seen it, he has lived it, and he has chosen not to repeat it. Values are not just preferences. They are the operating system of a person's life. And when two people's operating systems are fundamentally different, no amount of attraction or chemistry can sustain a meaningful connection over time. The Stoic man lives by a hierarchy of values that places virtue, discipline, purpose, and integrity above comfort, pleasure, status, and entertainment. He wakes up early not because someone is watching, but because he believes in the compounding power of disciplined mornings. He speaks carefully because he understands the weight of words. He builds his life around long-term vision rather than short-term gratification. Modern culture, particularly as it has shaped the expectations and behaviors of many women in the dating market, tends to prioritize very different things. Lifestyle aesthetics over substance, emotional highs over stable foundations, social status and financial display over quiet, consistent character. The Stoic man does not resent this. He understands it as a product of the environment. But he also recognizes that trying to build a life with someone whose values are oriented in the opposite direction is not a challenge to overcome. It is a structural mismatch. And Stoicism teaches him to see reality clearly, without the distortion of wishful thinking or romantic idealism. Perhaps the most misunderstood aspect of the Stoic man's withdrawal from modern dating is the role of solitude. Many people assume that a man who chooses not to date must be lonely, damaged, or socially incapable. The Stoic tradition offers a completely different interpretation. Solitude in the Stoic framework is not a punishment, it is a practice. Marcus Aurelius wrote extensively about the inner citadel, the private mental and spiritual space that no external force can invade. A Stoic man has built that citadel. He is genuinely comfortable alone. Not because he does not desire connection, but because he refuses to compromise the peace he has built for the sake of a connection that does not meet his standards. This is a radical concept in a world that treats being single as a problem to be solved. The Stoic man sees it differently. He would rather spend years in productive solitude, building his mission, deepening his philosophy, and contributing to the world, than spend those same years in a draining relationship that pulls him away from his values. He is not waiting to be rescued from loneliness. He is living fully on his own terms and remaining open only to a connection that genuinely complements rather than compromises the life he has built. The growing number of Stoic men stepping back from modern dating is not a trend born of hatred or resentment. It is a philosophical response to a cultural reality. These men are not at war with women. They are at peace with themselves. And that peace comes with a price of admission that modern dating culture, as it currently exists, rarely meets. The Stoic man is not gone from the world of relationships forever. He is simply waiting for alignment. He is looking for a woman who has done her own internal work, who values depth over display, accountability over victimhood, and quiet strength over performative emotion. Whether that alignment becomes more common depends entirely on whether the broader culture begins to reward depth the way it currently rewards attention. Until then, the Stoic man will continue to do what Stoicism has always taught. He will focus on what he can control, release what he cannot, and build a life of meaning regardless of whether anyone is watching. That is not loneliness. That is freedom. And for a man who has tasted genuine inner freedom, no relationship built on anything less will ever be worth the cost.